It's a great day. My name is Shay Brown, the happy entrepreneur, and welcome to the Happy Entrepreneur Show, the number one business development and revenue focused late night show in the country where we're on a mission. And our mission really is to empower. Our mission really is to inspire. And our mission is to provide you, that's right, you, the entrepreneur, with all of the resources that are necessary to execute that big vision you have for the people you were called to serve. And on this episode, we have the one and only Tina Torres, who's in the building. What's up, Tina? Welcome back. Welcome back to the Happy Entrepreneur Show.
Thank you. It's been a great time not being away, but I've been doing a lot of stuff. But oh my gosh, I'm so excited. This is one of my favorite shows ever, the Happy Entrepreneur.
Well, good. I'm glad to have you back. I'm sorry?
And one of my favorite people.
Oh, thank you. I'll just take a bow right now. She knows how to stroke my ego, by the way. She's doing a really good job. So I'm curious. I know we were talking about in a moment about how to write a book in 120 days. But if you can, for the folks that are out there that are entrepreneurs, because I know you're an entrepreneur as well, take a moment and just share, why do folks struggle with even writing a book, right? They know the story they're going to say. They've been talking about it for many years. Shay Brown, and yet the book is never done. So here's the question: why do people just procrastinate writing the book?
So the biggest thing that I have gotten is that they don't have somebody to walk them through step-by-step process. And that step-by-step process is what I teach in 120 Days to Bestseller. And so doing that, and so many people too have told me, Tina, I need that coaching, that accountability, right? To keep me accountable, to keep me writing those stories. And that's what I added into my package is that accountability, the coaching, and to walk them through step by step on how to become a bestseller. But most people just don't know where to start. They don't know how to start, where to go. And they don't want to learn all of those things. And so what I do is I teach you how to write a best-selling book in 120 days. And I guarantee bestseller status. I helped 29 people so far become bestsellers. And we have 5 in the books right now. And I'm doing my first collab book as we speak with 20 other amazing women who are sharing their stories in this one collab book.
That is amazing. What do you say to the person that's sitting over there saying, okay, Tina, I got so much to tell. Like, I matter of fact, my life is a lot of moving parts, and they've been struggling with, like, what should I say? I mean, where do I start? Because it's just so much. They're just lost in the sauce. What do you say to that person?
Well, I would say to take out 12 amazing events that happen in your life from beginning to end. And it doesn't have to be end. Like some people are like, Tina, I'm not done with my story. Well, nobody's done with their story. You're only done with your story until the day, the day you die, right? Like that's the day you're done with your story. But so from your, the time you grew up or whatever, and then take those pivotal moments that have changed you, that have made you into who you are, and take that and turn it into a story, because everybody has a story to tell. And you are being selfish if you do not share your story, because somebody out there somewhere is going through the same things or the same one thing that you have gone through, that because they can read your story or see that you have gone through it and have gotten to the other side, are now saying, oh my gosh, because of her, I feel like I can do this.
One of the things I admire about you is what you're able to do, specifically for entrepreneurs as well. So I want to narrow down. Now, they're reading your bio right now, and we'll get to who you are. So they're reading how famous you are. They're Googling you. I get that. But I want to go over to the entrepreneur that's like, Tina, I'm so busy. Okay. I'm a husband, or I'm a wife, or I take care of the kids, or I'm running my business. Oh, by the way, I work a 9 to 5. I'm involved in so much. Can you slow down and just kind of share, hey, here is benefit 1, benefit 2, benefit 3, benefit 4 of someone like that magnitude stopping to get the book done, this can help them in their business as well?
So the number one thing I would say is it doesn't take a lot of time to write this book. I've had one of my clients write a book in 4 hours. 4 hours. I mean, literally started writing. And another client of mine take 4 days off, got into a hotel. Her husband took the kids, and she wrote her book. And it was like 400 pages. So it doesn't take a lot to write a book. All I ask is 1 to 2 hours a week for 16 weeks, and I can help you. All you need to do is to give me the story. I edit, I format, I do everything there is to be done for your book. The only thing you need to do is give me your story, and I help you pull that story out. So the number one thing that you need to realize is, even as a busy mom, as a busy wife, as a busy husband, or anything like that, sharing your story and getting your story out there is going to help somebody. So if it helps just one person out there, wouldn't it be worth it?
Yeah. Yeah. Take a moment, tell me a little about your background. They're listening, they're tuning in and like, well, Shay, I'm listening to her. Who is this person? And what was the defining moment after we knew your backstory that led you on this path of being so passionate about helping other people write books? When you don't have to do this, you could be doing something else with your time.
Well, 4 years ago, I too went into a very dark place. I lost my six-figure income job. I just got a divorce after being married in a very toxic marriage for 20 years. I became an empty nester when my youngest son decided to join the army, and I moved to a town where I knew no one at all. So after that, oh, and I had family turn on me when I needed them the most. So after that, I went into a very bad depression, very, very bad, dark place. And within about 120 days or so, I was able to get out of it by writing in gratitude, which is why I'm the gratitude specialist, right? So I started writing everything that I was grateful for down in a journal. And God started bringing people into my life. And I wrote my first book, and it was the gratitude journal. And I did that because the gratitude journal was able to help me get out of my dark place. So I wrote a 365-day morning and nighttime journal where you start every day with a scripture and you end every day with a quote. And it helped so many people. And I still, to this day, get stories about it and why they wrote it, or why they are still writing in it, and that they just purchased their second one or their third one, that they purchased it for many other people. And writing gratitude and sharing and expressing gratitude not only helped me get out of my dark place, but it has helped hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people change their mindset and get out of dark places that they have always been in. And so after I wrote my first book, I've had people ask me, what are you doing? And how did you do that? And can you tell me more? And can you do this? And can you do that? And so I started telling people, and then they're like, can you just do it for me? And so I was like, I guess. And so I created a package, and they're like, you need to add this to your package, and you need to add this to your package. And so I was like, okay. So I did. And now I have this amazing package where literally all they do is write their story, and I do everything else for it.
Wow. When you were talking a moment ago and it was full screen, folks were peeking over your shoulder and they said, wow, she has the word limitless there. Number one, what's the story behind limitless? Two, why is it there? And it certainly has to be a source of inspiration to you. And of course, we're nosy. I mean, I'm sure I wasn't the only one peeking over your shoulder.
So every year, I write down my goals for the year, which everybody should do, right? Like everybody should write down their goals for the year. But every year I write down my goals, and I take those goals and I say, okay, what is my one word for the year? And so depending on what my goals are and what my plans are and what I want to do that year, that's kind of words that come into my mind. And so in 2023, I wanted to take my business to a next level. I wanted to take my company to the next level. I wanted to take my team to the next level. And I wanted to not have any limits on what we were going to do. And so I decided that this year, my word for the year is limitless. And so that is why I have that. So every year I have a new word. So whatever it is that word is, I try to find some kind of sign or sticker or whatever to remind me what that word is for the year. So this
So
year
the
is
word is limitless. That's
limitless.
the word. I love it. I love it. The person is listening as well, and they're thinking, my story is the same as everybody else's. Okay, I've nothing really special about mine. I mean, I trouble home if that's the case, or went through a divorce if that's the case, or got laid off if that's the case. They're like, nothing exciting about my story. What would you say to that person?
Everybody has a unique story. And so everybody is relatable. I'm not the only one who has gotten a divorce from a toxic marriage and an abusive relationship. I'm not the only one. But for some reason, they were in that room at that time listening to me tell my story of how I endured all of this and how I got the fortitude and the adversity to change and go and get out of it. And so your story is going to be different. So everybody, yes, people get divorces all the time, but why did you get a divorce? What was the causes of the divorce? What did you do after that divorce to make you who you are today? What did you take that divorce and change your whole attitude about? You lost your job. Okay, so what did you do? Did you grow a six-figure income business? Okay, you lost your job. Did you go and grow a marketing company that is now a multi-million-dollar marketing company? So what did you do out of that adversity to change the way you are today and change who you are today from that trial? So
Mm.
everybody has a story, but everybody's story is unique and everybody's story is different.
And one of the things I like about your story, and I've heard your story a number of times, what I love about it is this whole gratitude part that's attached to it. And so take a moment to talk about, how did you find yourself the gratitude specialist? Number one, I know you wrote the book, but it's something that I always associate with you. And every time I think of your name, I think of something that I'm grateful for. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And so two-part question. Number one is the backstory to being the gratitude specialist. How did that come about? Never heard that before. And number two, just the power of gratitude. I mean, it's you. When I hear that, I think of you every single time.
That's good. I want you to think of me when you think of that. Well, I mean, like I said, 4 years ago, I had to get that gratitude, but 16 years ago is when I became the gratitude specialist. And they started calling me the gratitude specialist for some reason because every time I went to networking events, I would always give out, send out cards to them and gift cards and Starbucks gift cards and brownies and whatever. And I would always send follow up stuff to them. And so they would always be like, "Oh my God, you're like the gratitude queen." And then it went from the gratitude queen to the gratitude specialist. And so I started teaching people how to have gratitude in their life and in their business. And by doing that, showing client appreciation and having that client retention, and which is what my second book is all about, Beyond Gratitude. It's, strategies to attract, connect, and convert more clients. And I started teaching that because I've seen so many people lose out on so many different sales that they didn't say thank you for, or they were just after that one sale, but they weren't trying to get referrals, or they were after that one sale, but they weren't trying to get more sales after that. And I was like, you can work so much easier and so much smarter if you would just implement gratitude into your business and into your life. Start every day with writing 3 things down that you are grateful for. End every day with 3 things that you are grateful for, and see the amount of change that happens in your life. See the change that happens in your family's life if you implement it with your family. See the change that it happens in your business if you implement it into your business.
You can't leave us hanging. Folks are listening right now with me, and first thing I'm thinking of, all right, what's one, two, or three gratitudes? Okay. If we were to play this game, I know we're putting you on the spot, and you don't have to do this. And we said, hey, we want to know kind of what's a list of things that help us start thinking about what we should be grateful for. So, what's one, two, three, or four things did you tell yourself on a consistent basis you're grateful for this? You're grateful
So
for
I
that.
try
You're
to
grateful
do
for this.
3 new things every day. So I don't try to say, "Oh, I'm grateful for my health," and then tomorrow I'm grateful for my health. You want to be very specific. So for a couple of weeks, we were supposed to do this a couple of weeks ago, and I was very, very sick. I ended up having an infection, and that traveled into my kidneys and my bladder and into my bloodstream. I got sepsis in my body. And I was literally on my deathbed, like 103 temperature and hallucinating. So lately, it has been that I am able enough to get out of bed, or that I, am getting better every single day. I'm grateful for my dog who cuddles with me in the morning time. I'm grateful for a new friend that I met yesterday. I'm grateful that I have a great guy in my life. So it's all those kinds of things. And sometimes it's even the smallest things. Like when I was going through my dark times, I was like, well, I'm grateful that the sun is out today because I was like, I felt like there was nothing to be grateful for. But if you were only grateful for the things, if you only got tomorrow, you only got the things that you were grateful for today, what would you have tomorrow? So you have to be grateful for everything in your life. So even the smallest things, I'm grateful that my wife brought me coffee this morning. I'm grateful that I was able to come home to a clean house. I mean, so it's the smallest things, but be very specific. So Shay, what is one thing that you're grateful for today?
I'm grateful for this past weekend, spending time with my son and his wife, my brother and his wife, and my wife. We had crabs, right?
Yep.
And something that we got to do at the house. And I'm really grateful for that because sometimes we don't get time to sit down and sit and talk
Yep.
and just break bread. You call it break bread, but eating crabs, you can't. You got just nasty and you're just cracking
Yes,
it and you're talking.
I love siblings.
And I
Oh,
love those type of conversations with the family. So that was one thing I was grateful for. And then recently, because I'm like you, I'll get a chance to write. I'm on day 903 consecutive inside my journal. But that my mom's 75 years old. She has Parkinson's. I'm a primary caregiver. But recently I said, hey, my gratitude was I'm grateful that I could go spend an hour and then come back.
yes.
And I was grateful for that time. She's local. She's in the area. And so it's not like it's 15 minutes down the road, but sometimes in the hustle and bustle, we go a couple of times. There's always transaction. But I went there, sat there, and we just chatted for about an hour, and it was
So you're
real cool.
grateful that you have a job that you can do
Yeah.
that with. Some people don't
Yeah.
have a job that they can okay, I'm leaving for an hour to go see my mom.
Yeah.
Some people don't have the means to leave for an hour and go see their mom. So there's many other little things that you can be grateful for in that time. So
Yeah.
tomorrow, you're not going to be grateful for the same things. Tomorrow you can be grateful for the things that you had today or the things that are doing today or however you feel that day. And
Hmm.
it could be a person, place, or thing. It could be a feeling. It could be that the sun is shining. It could be that your dog is with you. It could be that your health is improving. It could be that you finally got rid of your headache. It can be, that I have coffee in my hand. You have to be grateful for the things that give you joy in life. And it is just the smallest and most inexpensive. It's free. Gratitude is free. And I don't know why so many people do not do this, but you have to be grateful for the little things and you have to do it every single day. And if you do it for 30 days, 30 days, like I always do a 30-day challenge. You know me, I'm like
Yeah.
30 days of gratitude. If you do it for 30 days, see what happens in your life.
Yeah. It's got to be one of the biggest game changers for me. And I'm even tracking it now in the app that I have. And it's just made a difference. Sometimes it's grateful for a conversation that I had.
Exactly.
Now, we are
You like
nosy.
904 of your journal, right?
Say that
You said
again.
you're on day 904 of your writing in your journal.
903. Tomorrow will be 904. Yes.
Okay, so if you look back like day one, you'll see that how you were writing and what you were grateful for. So if you
Oh,
went
day
like,
one. It's not even fair. Day one. Day one, I was like, hey, I'm happy to have a house. I'm happy. I got good health. I'm happy. I got money in the bank. I mean, you don't want to. It was all about me. Okay. I was first to admit.
904, and then you're like, you have a huge. You're like, who is this? Is this the same person?
Yeah. Yeah. Because it forces me to think. The way this one works is every morning you write down three things you're grateful for from yesterday. So it forced me to think through the day. And I started like little small things, have the energy to go to the gym after a long day. I'm grateful my gym is open 24 hours. So it became things that I had never, ever, ever,
Thought,
ever noticed before.
yeah, or never
Or I
even
took for
thought.
granted, maybe.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
most people do. Most people do take everyday life for granted. I don't have to. I'm thankful that I am thankful today that I don't have to have a job that I travel in the freaking Atlanta traffic.
Yeah. That's a blessing by itself, by the way. Now, we are being nosy. We're looking over your shoulder or behind you on your left hand side, and we're like, wait a minute. Shay, she's talking about gratitude. She's the gratitude specialist. But over there, I'm sure it was planted there. I'm not sure if it was or not, ladies and gentlemen. But there's something that says beyond gratitude. Now, this was not planned, but we can see it. So I've got to ask, what in the LL Cool J is beyond gratitude all about? Talk to
So
us.
Beyond Gratitude is my second book. It is strategies to attract, connect, and convert more clients. And it is literally just strategies to help you build a business of current clients, to get clients, to retain clients, and to keep them, and you get referrals afterwards. And it's just a bunch of, there's 14 different ways that you can retain, attract, and convert more clients in here. And this is what I used to teach. I still teach it to this day. I just have implemented other strategies into my business, of course. But it was a number one bestseller. It stayed on the number one bestseller list for 27 weeks. And I'm just like, wow, it was amazing. I did it. Actually, I wrote both of these books during COVID.
Yeah.
I
Man,
wrote,
you're amazing. You're incredible. You not only talk, but you walk the talk, and you preach, and you also implement what you're doing as well. And so I always tell folks, find someone that's doing something that you want to do, and then implement what they're doing, and get them to help you. And you help. Not only do you write your own books, but you help
yes.
other folks too.
Exactly. Consistency is definitely key. And I'm not perfect. There's some things that I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't do
Yeah.
this today. I didn't do this today. Because, I'm real raw and unplugged. Just like, our new talk show that we have. I want to show people that we are all not just sitting here, rainbows and butterflies all the time. And that even people like me, the gratitude specialist herself, can go through depression. But
Yeah.
you have to know how to get through it. And you have to know the right people to help you out of that. You have to follow the right people and follow amazing people like Shay Brown. And I love being on his show. I love watching his show because there's so many amazing, great business owners that come on here and just share and all these amazing tips and tools and stories that they tell. It is very enlightening.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. We have a segment here called "Today is My January 1st," and I know for those folks that tune in every night at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you wait to say those words. Whether you're watching us now on YouTube, you can follow us at I am Che Brown, or you got the podcast download, or you're on the on-demand streaming platforms, or you're just watching wherever you are. Go ahead and say those words down. Today is my January 1st. Doesn't that feel good? Happy New Year to you. And for all the new folks that are tuning in for the very first time, welcome to the family. Today is my January 1st represents a restart. It represents a do-over. It means the past, no matter what the past is, does not equal the future. And so my question to Tina is, when you hear those words, today is my January 1st, what do you hear? And what was one of your January 1st moments?
So I stopped doing New Year's resolutions many, many years ago. But December 31st is my birthday. So I always take January 1st I do write out all my goals every year. I write out what I want to do for the whole year. I break them down by quarterly. I break them down by monthly. I get my word for the year. I do my vision board for the year. So on January 1st, I always try to make sure that my year is planned. Maybe not marketing wise, but planned out what I want to do, the places I want to go, the things that I want to change or improve with myself. And so if today was my January 1st, I would say that I want to have more consistency in my business and in myself.
I love it. Let me first say two questions. Number one, are you taking on any clients now? And if so, what type of clients are you taking on? And how can folks best connect with you over and beyond this conversation?
So yes, I am taking on clients. So I have several different programs that they can go to. What my first one is 120 days to bestseller. If you want to write your own best-selling book, I can help you do that in just 16 weeks. I do have a group coaching program where I go through those 16 weeks as a group. It's a lot less expensive, but it's all through group coaching. And then I am launching my new DIY course where you can go through it yourself and write your own book and do everything yourself. And I just teach you everything how to do it. And I also have a brand new branding and marketing coaching program that's a year-long coaching program that I help you create your whole brand and help you implement and create 7 income streams from the launch to the creation to the uploading to Amazon or whatever it is. So like merch and workbooks and books and coaching programs, I help you create all of that, help you launch it, help you get the contracts done, the invoices, like all the things that you need to create your 7 income streams. I have that. And if you want to get in touch with me, you just go to the Gratitude Specialist or gratitudespecialist.com. You can go to my website or follow me on any of the social media websites. Everything is the Gratitude Specialist, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all the Gratitude Specialist.
That's so cool. Thanks so much for being on the Happy Entrepreneur Show. We appreciate you.
Thank you guys. Love you.
You too. Back at you. And thank you. Thank you to viewers. Thank you for tuning in. I want you to know we appreciate you. Without you, well, there really is no show, by the way. So thanks for tuning in. And I want to remind you, as I like to do every evening, if you haven't told already, that you're amazing, you really are awesome, that you've got so much greatness inside you, and that for you, today is your January 1st, and your best is still yet to come. Your best is yet to come. Isn't that exciting? Your best is still yet to come. And with that being said, my name is Shay Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur. Make it a great day, everyone, and we'll make some good things happen. We connect again next time. Remember, time is long. It really is long. Life, well, on the other hand, it's very, very short. So you got to live in that moment, and you got to make it count. God bless. We wish you success. Thanks a lot, Tina. You rock. You're amazing. Bye-bye, everyone. We'll see you next time. We're out. Peace.